Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Secretary. Mr. Secretary, the Hardwood line item, which is the research and promotion line item, is very important to me. We talk about this every year, the northern tier, and I'm in the far northeast in the Napokino region. But it's a line item that we really like. It's the timber industry is so important, and when we look at Pennsylvania jobs, we look at the mills and they're hiring, the haulers, the loggers themselves, all the small businesses that are outcrops from these industries in Pennsylvania. And ultimately, we also have the passive income that comes into our landowners that lets them hold their property. I can just sit here and name numerous people who are able to hold their property with no development, no changes, leaving it for future generations simply because they've been able to manage their timber. But that industry's challenged. I mean, just like all our industries in this Commonwealth, we've got invasive insects and plant species, and we've got, tough weather conditions. But that research line item is something that's really been used over the last several years, and it's very helpful to my constituents. I was just wondering, when I read page 37 of your program statement, you talk about trying to maybe take some of the positions and move them over to the GGO line item. So if you could just expand on what we're going to do with this program and what your plan is, that would be very helpful.
Well, I would like to agree with you right off the bat that I think that the hardwood industry in Pennsylvania is vital to Pennsylvania's economy. I know that with the housing downturn, it was very hard on the industry. We have tried to expand exports to help to make up for the downturn in the economy, in the hardwood economy. I chair the Hardwood Development Council, and I'm very sympathetic with the industry, with the businesses that sit on that council. I know that there are 14 million acres of hardwood in Pennsylvania, a very important part of Pennsylvania agriculture. I don't know if Mike, can you speak to that?
Sure. Right now in the Hardwood Development Council line item, last year there was $350,000 in the state budget for that, of which 80% went to three hardwood utilization groups. Those three hardwood utilization groups work with the Hardwoods Development Council and the Pennsylvania Forest Products Association to do research and marketing in three key geographic areas, one of which covers your area, Mr. Representative. When you mentioned about the employees being pulled into the GGO, several years ago when the Hardwoods Development Council was zeroed out, the Department of Agriculture did indeed pull in the two staff positions. The council currently has 2 staff positions. We pulled them into the department's GGO to protect those positions and keep them on the books.
What about, just talking with a couple of my colleagues here, is there a chance we could transfer this to maybe DCNR? I mean, we have some great professionals with the Bureau of Forestry that work with this issue every day. I mean, they're boots on the ground managing our own timber. I mean, I can tell you in Pike County, where I represent, I think 1/3 of the county is state forest or state game or lands or of something of that nature. But state DCNR does a great job with our state parks as well, and maybe we could do the educational promotional things through Bureau of Forestry, and maybe help you guys as well.
We would certainly be willing to talk about that offline, and we'll get the Hardwood Development Council together and see what the consensus would be.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.